with this Nigeria. Rivers crisis screaming there. Police take over 23 council secretariats, and CP cautions warring groups to obey court ruling as 2 operatives killed. And then you have other stories there. Nigeria, not only country facing poverty, that's coming from the President Tinubu, as he warns against rail tracks vandalization, stealing of electric cables.
Okay, Daily News Hub also leads with that story. Rivers boils as LG crisis turns bloody, sporadic gunshots fired at protesters, policeman, vigilance operative killed in shootout. And of course, the picture story there telling you angry youths from Obiakpo local government area pulling down a statue of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, during the protest on Tuesday. But let's look at the other headline there. Rivers crisis, Tinubu will deal with... I think I missed that because it changed so quickly. Can we go back to that? Yes, Tinubu will rather deal with Fubara than Wike. That's Aisha Yusuf being quoted there by the newspaper.
Okay, the Nigerian News Direct is also leading with the Rivers crisis. It says Rivers local government crisis deepens, bloody as 2 feared dead. Fubara summoned security meeting, vows to subdue intimidation. Reps demand treason trial for ex-local government chairman, accuse them of forceful attempt to retain seats. You can find details on page 2 of the paper. And then you have Lagos State government launches electronic medical record system for patients' data on page 21.
All right, let's now go to the Leadership newspaper. It also leads with the story in Rivers State. Tension in Rivers. Fubara Council Chairman flex muscles over tenure expiration. 3 killed as Governor summons Emergency Security Council meeting. I won't vacate Secretariat. Equerry local government boss vows. Opposition reps want Council Chairman charged for treason. You will also see a very interesting story there. Positive Funds threatens 200,000 barrels per day modular refinery projects. That's one story that should also be of interest to all Nigerians.
Okay, the Authority newspaper, Chuk's paper here. Political crisis is the leading story. Wike's local government chairman flee Rivers State as Fubara supporters enforce a sack. Ex-council chairman regroup in Abuja. Police lose 1 officer over clashes, take over all council secretariats. Okay, that's almost all the papers are leading with this Rivers story. You have reduced their poverty, not mock Nigerians. LP charges Tinubu on page 3.
All right, let's go to First News now. Rivers boils. Governor Fubara's loyal youths oust defiant pro-Wike LG bosses from office. Policeman vigilante member killed. End crisis now, Niger Delta Group urges Tinubu. That also is the top story on the front page of First News. And of course, that picture story, you can't miss it. President Tinubu arrives at the Air Force Base for the inauguration of Cyril Ramaphosa, the president-elect of South Africa.
Okay, I saw that NAFDAC warning over refrigerating food for more than 3 days, saying it's dangerous. So that's a one for many Nigerians.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to, because there are so many people that also have that.
Okay, so let's look at the Nigerian pilot now. Salah tragedies is how the paper is leading this morning. 9 killed, 78 injured in 13 road crashes during Salah holidays. A very sad one there. And then you have a bill to mandate companies to remit 1% tax to NIDA gets boost on page 9.
Okay, let's go to the Daily Trust. How PSC NPF dispute stalls recruitment of 10,000 police. Only 20,000 instead of 60,000 peaked in 6 years. Insecurity lingers due to lack of coordination. That's the top story for the Daily Trust this morning. Now, let's also quickly look at that column just below the masthead. 2 killed as police pro-Fubara youths clash in Rivers.
The People's Daily, we must embrace new value system to make progress. That's the president speaking on page 4 of the paper. Then that bold story there, you actually were right about this.
Yes.
Don't keep cooked food in refrigerator for more than 3 days. NAFDAC warns Nigerians. It'll be interesting to read up what it is. Say reasons for persistent food inflation, multifaceted. Waleke urges federal government to devise more effective strategies to combat banditry, kidnapping, to tackle inflation. Details you can find on page 2 of the Business Times. Establishing Africa Energy Bank will foster energy security across Africa. That's coming from Local Bureau on page 2.
Okay, let's look at the Business NG. Fubara summons Security Council meeting amid rising tension in Rivers. And of course, you see that story there. Naira appreciates against dollar at black market amid Salah holiday. And
Guardian newspaper, Rivers in turmoil as Fubara pro-Wike factions battle for local government areas. And Nigeria in race against time as fresh cholera outbreak kills 30 in 30 states. That's another story there. Prioritize Mambila Power Project like Calabar Coastal Road. And another story here. Abuja CCTV project, more questions than answers for $460 million contract 14 years after. It's a news analysis you might be interested in reading. A report here says 300 Nigerian millionaires may migrate in 2024. Osun 2026 APC PDP trade wars over use of diabolical means to win voters' support. And like we told you earlier, NAFDAC says cooked food in fridge beyond 3 days is harmful. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. And then we'll move to the front page of the Leadership newspaper now. Tension in Rivers. Fubara Council Chairman flex muscles over tenure expiration. 3 killed as governor summons emergency security council meeting. I won't vacate secretariat. Ikwere local government boss vows. Opposition reps want council chairman charged for treason. A paucity of funds threatens 200,000 barrels per day modular refinery projects. And the story at the top corner says, no matter the challenge, I won't turn my back on Nigeria. That's what the president is saying. And another story here, Nigeria learning passport reaches 1 million subscribers. That's what UNICEF is quoted as saying. And entrepreneurs kick over proposed minimum wage. That story might interest you, as it is part of the developments coming out of the fight for a new minimum wage. All right, to the New Telegraph now. Still talking about Rivers local government crisis. Fubara rules out tenure extension for council bosses meet security agencies. And the writer there says, once against the arrest of supporters, gunshots as citizens take over council's headquarters. Another story here, Tinubu urges Nigerians to embrace new value system. And bandits kill 6, abduct others in fresh Kaduna attack. Nigerian pilgrim dies of heat stroke. A sad one there. Another downstrip, a study saying plant-based diet might reduce prostate cancer progression. Some stories you find on the front page of the New Telegraph. And now to the Nation newspaper. Rivers descends into violence over tenure of 23 council chiefs. The writers there, policeman, vigilance member killed. Police take control of secretariats after face-off between PDP factions. And how $6.2 million stolen from CBN was shared, court told. Lagosians to wait till end of the third quarter for red rail line. NAFDAC, refrigerating cooked food dangerous. Heavy rain in Pound Southwest, Benue, others, Nimet is warning. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Now to the front page, to the Punch newspaper now. Still also looking at the Rivers crisis. It says cop killed as youth dislodge pro-Wike local government chairman. Fubara meets security chiefs once against the rest of his supporters. Police take over 23 local government secretariats to forestall violence. Federal government seeks UNESCO recognition for Ojide Oba Festival. And that's the picture there. Very colorful celebration. And cholera, WHO, UNICEF hold emergency meeting. Experts warn coppers. Abducted Fouani MD, 3 Lebanese reunite with family. They were rescued, I think, yesterday. And 72 at the top corner, $72 million diversion. Reps panel summons Ajib, NMPC, others. Revenue generating agencies owe federal government over 3 trillion naira. That's what the Federal Allocation Council is saying. It's quite an interesting read. All right, to the Salient Times now, and is still looking at Rivers crisis. Policeman, vigilante member feared, killed as tension protests spread. Fubara convened security meeting. Wike statue pulled down in Rivers local government area. Wike should remain in Abuja, leave Fubara Rivers alone. That's what Clark, an elder statesman in the state, is saying. Amechi and Wike started politics of madness in Rivers State. Now, jackpot, shortage of bricklayers, roofers, carpenters hits. Okay, that will make an interesting read. Minimum wage, white workers deserve a reasonable adjustment. Former governor of Lagos State and former minister Fashola saying that. Oba Benin confirmed, I am true son of the soil. Akpata, that's Labour Party's governorship candidate in Edo State, reacting there. All right, those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Salient Times. Lamide.
I begin here with the Daily Times. Shootings as Fubara directs local government to take over 23 councils. Security operatives killed. Ijaw youths occupy Port Harcourt local government complex. President Tinubu says electrical cable stealing, rail track vandalism, act of sabotage. And on the oil block licensing, NUPRC extend deadline for pre-qualification document submission. To the Daily Independent, still on the Rivers crisis, policeman vigilante dies as youth protest return of ex-local government chairman. Pull down Wike statue at Obiakpo Council headquarters. Barra asks heads of administration to take charge of local government. Vows to protect Rivers people, condemns plan to arrest supporters. Plots to remain seats after end of tenure treasonable, according to reps. PDP National Legal Advisor denies sabotaging party in Rivers Assembly lawmakers case. APC tackles the Kwankwaso claim federal government is creating new Boko Haram terrorists. No confirmed cases of cholera in Abia, according to the state's government. And the federal government announces a readjustment of criteria for awards of oil blocks. Lagos floats smart health information platform for patient data management. The story is making the front page. Buhari was a disappointment, according to ex-president, former ally, Galadima. APC tackles Kwankwaso over comment on party breeding Boko Haram terrorists. Do not store cooked food in refrigerator for more than 3 days. NAFDAC warns. And tension in Rivers, Fubara clashes with council chairman over tenure expiration. El-Rufai predicts downfall of Kaduna governor amid ongoing probe. And Paucity of funds threatens 200,000 barrels per day modular refinery project in Nigeria. And on the minimum wage, Fashola advocates reasonable adjustment amidst rising costs. The story is making the front page of Platform Times. On the blueprints, do not amplify drums of war APC cautions Kwankwaso, that's on the Kano Emirate tussle, says the federal government has not planned to take over power through insurgency, emergency. Once again, do not store cooked food in refrigerator for over 3 days, NAFDAC warns. Policeman vigilante third killed over Rivers local government tenure crisis. Fubara summons emergency meeting, CP assures safety. 9 killed, 78 injured in 13 crashes during Salah. In Taraba, angry youth ban alleged killer of 18-year-old POS operator. Nigerians need to stop all economic sabotages. That's according to President Tinubu. The story is making the front page of the blueprints this time. On Nature News, cooked food in refrigerator poisonous after 3 days, NAFDAC DG says. African MPs urge G7 nations to support climate finance mitigation. World most expensive cow sold for $4 million at auction. And lab scientist blames cholera outbreaks on poor wash practices. The story is making the front page of Nature News. And finally, in Sporting Live, Arsenal will not pay above 120 billion naira for Seaman. Man City to lose De Bruyne, and Joshua to announce a next fight on the 26th of June. The story is making the front page of Sporting Live. Veronica.